I was about 13 years old when I smoked my first one. I was young, and then when your parents say don't smoke weed, that's the first thing you want to do when they tell you don't do this. I'm gonna go do that. I'll show them. Going to freshman year is when I began to smoke a lot. I used to smoke at least 5, 6 blunts a day. From 2014 to 2016, I smoked even worse, probably as much as I could, because I used to sell, and then I used to smoke as much as I want.
What was the next thing that you tried after weed?
Oh yeah,
What was
the worst thing I've ever done. Xanax. So basically a pill for depression, anxiety. But if you abuse it in the wrong way, which I did, it just kind of ruins your life, man. It's like the new heroin. You get addicted to it, and that's it. My first time was in 2014. I remember I bought a little pill. They told me, "We all you need is this little pill." They told me with the 40 ounce of alcohol beer, I'll be good. So that's what I did. It gets a little deep here. I started Xanax because a ex girlfriend that I had, and she basically just broke me. We all have that one person that just totally broke us apart. She broke me apart, and I turned to drugs. Weed wasn't really doing much. I drink alcohol. It helped a little bit, but once I got introduced to Xanax, it's just like everything that I felt went away. Like I didn't care about anything at all. Like I had no emotions. I could kind of say that. I just didn't care, you know. But could you ask the question again? That's another thing. Since from Xanax, I get really short term memory. If I'm talking a lot, I forget the question. I started abusing it badly. I started taking them a lot. It started from 1 to 2 a day till my tolerance built up really high, and I got to a point in my life where I was taking 10 a day throughout the whole day. Maybe more because I black out, but what I remember 10. I would wake up, get 5 bars, take it. If I had leftover beer, I'll chug the beer. If not, then I'll wait till the liquor store opens. I'll go over there. I'll go get me some. Come back to the crib, smoke, take Xanax, and drink. That was an everyday basic for me. Like that was my routine for a really long time. For a really long time, and it messed me up. It really did mess me up. Um, I was addicted to it really bad. And addiction, I didn't think addiction was real. That is just something people say because they like it a lot. But this is an addiction is when you physically need it. Your body needs it. If your body doesn't have it, you get the withdrawals, and the withdrawals are pretty crazy. I got institutionalized. I went there because I needed help. I went there at the age of 17 because I was taking too many bars at that point. It went for a good 7 to 8 months every single day. I was too effed up, and the withdrawals were depression. Um, a lot of people get suicide thoughts when they're depressed. Me, I didn't like to inflict pain. That's why I got a lot of scars in my arm. At the end of the day, I'm still thinking of that one reason that I'm doing Xanax, which is that girl. Sometimes I wouldn't feel anything at all. That I'm just like I want to feel something. So this is the first time I cut myself. I'm like, I feel like so numb. Like I couldn't feel myself. So I just grabbed my pocket knife. I always had one, and I just cut myself. I started bleeding, and for some odd reason, I just felt relieved. That was the worst withdrawal you could probably do. At least I didn't kill myself, but it was a bad withdrawal. I had times where I couldn't sleep. After that, I started getting anxiety a lot because that pill is made for anxiety. I would never have anxiety. Now I know what anxiety feels like, and it's not a pretty feeling. Like you overthink too much. It's just really bad. So that's why to this point I still take one or once every then so I could just relax because I get a lot of anxiety attacks now that I stop. I'm not sure if that's a withdrawal from it, but I just know that it started when I stopped doing it as much, or maybe permanently affected me. Thinking, what am I doing with life? Like I could be working. I'm old enough to work. I gotta get a job, and sometimes I'm just thinking this is me taking drugs and just being like this isn't gonna help. And I started questioning how am I gonna, when am I gonna move out? When am I gonna? I'm a dropout. I'm a high school dropout. When am I gonna get my GED? When am I gonna go to college, study something? Am I gonna be anything in life? I start thinking this, and it's never ending thoughts. And I smoke weed to relax sometimes, but it doesn't always take it away. To be honest, sometimes I really do need the Xanax. You know, I wouldn't say needed. I would say need. Yeah, I need. I kind of need it. I don't want it, but sometimes I kind of need it just so I could just relax from that attack. Slow down. I started slowing down once I got locked up. I spent my birthday in there. The reason I went to jail was because I was stealing. I got caught. Now in my record, it shows that I'm a felon, class 2 burglar. It's hard to get a job now because they look at me and they say he's known to be a burglar. He's gonna steal from us. So it's hard, being a felon with that. When I was in there, I sobered up and I was just thinking all the stupid things that I did. I thought a lot about why would I do it? Was it worth it? I'm here now. After I got out of county, I went at least 3-4 months without taking it. After that, I fell back. I relapsed. That's what they call it. And then I went back at it. You know, I never got back at it like I used to. To this point, I still take a few a day, and that's rarely. I'll, I'll take like 10 in a month. You know, I'll split up. One day yes, 2 day no, something like that. Sadly, I've done heroin. Sadly, I did it twice. I OD'd those 2 times. And those 2 times I was off the Xanax. And Xanax is a downer, it slows down your heart a lot. And then heroin slows it down even more. So that combination just, you don't know when you overdose. I'm just like this on the couch. I told my boy to make me something to eat. I was starving, and he's like, "Yo, here's your food." He said he was slapping me. He thought I was just like playing around, and he actually slapped me hard, and I fell to the floor. And then that's when when you overdose on heroin, you make a weird snoring noise, and he used to do that a lot, so he knew what was going on, so he called the ambulance. But they told me that my heart stopped, like I ceased to exist for two times. Those 2 times, drugs broke me down. I put myself back together. I like I said, I get anxiety attacks of thinking about that. Where am I gonna be in 5 years from life? Still in my mom's house? I hope not. I've been through near death experience a lot just because I used to sell drugs. I've got guns pointed at me. I've got pistol whipped in the back. I got robbed a lot. Once I almost got ran over just so they could take my shit. Maybe having a kid would change my perspective. You know, I gotta get better for them, not just for me, but for them and my family if I end up having one.
Are you happy?
Am I happy? Is that's a good question. There's days that I'm happy. There's days that I'm miserable. Days that it's been between happy and miserable, but that's life. You're gonna have good days. You're gonna have bad days.